We're sponsoring job fairs like this one, where representatives from several lines of business are on hand to meet vets in person and talk with them face-to-face about their careers.
We are trying to translate those skills and trying to identify what maybe the artillery officer or the military policeman or the logistician might be able to add to Wells Fargo.
Speak to me more about Wells Fargo and the families that you have that are available, because somebody may say, you know what, I'm transitioning, I have a military background, I'm not good with numbers, I can't be a banker.
First, just because somebody might say that they're not good with numbers, they might find that a banking career is still for them. It's not just banking. Indeed, we have home mortgage opportunities, we have financial consultant opportunities. Those sound an awful lot like banking, but let me tell you, I just returning from Kuwait less than a year ago, I worked with an awful lot of very talented cybersecurity specialists in the military. And banking has some of those same constraints and some of those same worries. So if you're technology guru, if you're very good at technology and you've been trained by the military, I would say that you're a great candidate for Wells Fargo.
Also, to tag on to what Jerry said too, project management is huge at Wells Fargo. And for some of your military members who have been in project management capacity, those skills are definitely transferable. So the thought of I don't belong in banking or I may not be qualified, sure, it is banking, but there's other roles too, and project management is a very large component of Wells Fargo.
Looking back and reflecting back on your military experience and now your life and careers with Wells Fargo, what is your takeaway?
I would say my takeaway is I wouldn't change it for the world, for one. I wouldn't change my experience with the Air Force. I wouldn't change the difficulties of finding employment. I wouldn't change the struggles of, at the time, not having a degree, because what that does for, not only for me, but for someone else, is knowing that even if I didn't have it, I can still get it. I obtained my degree and also obtained, a master's at this point. So, and then coming to Wells Fargo, for me, is just full circle.
I'll tell you, I was not ready to go to college when I got out of high school, and the Army did a lot for me. I wouldn't have been able to have I probably wouldn't have been a professional in my career today if it wasn't for the Army. I actually lead 2 professional careers, one in the Army Reserve and one with Wells Fargo. And it's a symbiotic relationship. Wells Fargo recognizes that I'm a reservist, and they provide for me so that I can maintain my reserve status. The all-volunteer force is a luxury that Americans enjoy, and today we're able to maintain a strong reserve base because employers like Wells Fargo and others are willing to make the necessary adjustments when we're deployed or mobilized or otherwise have to go for training.
Shantae, talk to me a little bit about what your message or advice that you would pass on to somebody out there not quite sure how they might go about and starting, not sure if their skills and experience can translate over. What is the most valuable piece of information that you can give them?
So my advice would be to network. Network with your family, network with your friends, find out about where do they work, do they have veteran hiring programs, what type of initiatives does their employer have, within the community. And the network, it is key, it's very key, because then you can have someone that's an advocate for you, within the company that can take a few moments to spend with you to find out, what is there about you that's beyond the piece of paper.
And Jerry, the message from Wells Fargo to veterans who are hoping that they can join the workforce in the private sector.
I would say that, so similar to Shantae's experience, when I came out of the military, out of active duty after Desert Storm, a very long time ago, that transition is difficult. And I started at the bottom rung in banking, as a temporary employee, and then I was a teller, and I've been a credit analyst and so on, and my career progressed from there. But I noticed very quickly that as much as I thought that I should have started maybe in a different place within banking, that once you get started, it's very quick that our managers and leaders within the bank recognize the discipline, the commitment, the sense of duty that military members have. And so it opened up doors very quickly for me in my career.
Fantastic. And for that person who believes they are the great candidate, the best candidate for that, where do they need to go? Where do they need to turn to find out more?
To find out more, you just go to the wellsfargo.com career site, and then we also have a Wells Fargo-veterans as well. There's a page specifically for veterans, for veteran hiring. And on that page, not only can you apply for employment, but you can also use the crosswalk as well to translate your military job code in to find out what job families would you possibly, qualify for.
Thank you so much for giving us the insight of Wells Fargo and your past and experience with the military and how it's brought you, again, as you said, full circle. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis.
Thank you.